Welcome to Station Break, everybody. Hope you're having a great weekend here in the Iowa Great Lakes. I'm Jeff Thee here for MC22 Lakes Television. Norm Johnson, the CEO of the Bedell Family YMCA. He's sitting right here with me. How about that? How about them apples?
That's right.
How you doing, my friend?
Great, buddy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
First station break of the year. So.
Yeah, how about that? It's just... It flies by. You look forward to these holidays coming, and then all of a sudden it's like someone shakes you into reality. It's 2012.
That's right. Have you had a problem writing the date down yet?
On a couple different checks, the one became a elongated 2, and I figure by March I should be fine.
Well, I figure I'm not going to use my checkbook. I'm just going to scan everything, and I have that beat.
That makes it easier, doesn't it? Boy, I know you've been busy. The Y's been busy. The Y board has been busy with making Spirit Lake a blue zone destination.
Yeah, our community really has been busy and learning about being a blue zone, becoming a little more educated, and slowly embracing this. And we understand it's a grassroots type of movement to look at, but that blue zone, once people hear about what a blue zone is, well, how do you not get excited about a healthier, longer, happier lifestyle?
Yeah.
And I think those are things that we all want. If we write our obituary, if we look at our epitaph, those are 3 things we want to see in there. We had a long, healthy, happy life.
Exactly.
I mean, so those are all just certainly life goals. And by becoming a blue zone, we're able to make some small, incremental environmental changes that will allow all those things to happen.
Yeah. So the only investment you're making is in yourself and in a healthy lifestyle.
It really is. And quite honestly, when we talk about all those type of things, that should be enough, right? That should be enough to get excited about it. But sometimes it isn't. And so there's also a monetary carrot in front of us.
Yeah.
It's all initiated with the State of Iowa Healthy State Initiative, and then Blue Zone came in, and they've challenged 10 communities across the state of Iowa to compete for this grant, and $50 million to be dispersed between 10 communities. And we're excited. We've gone through a long process of applying to become a grant, and then receiving that application. So we've moved through a number of hoops, and just this past week have submitted our application, and in February we will find out where we stand. I think for our community, if you will, I think that the strong point to know is that this advisory board, made up of 10, 11 of our community members, along with these subcommittees that go along with everything we're looking at, from moving naturally to the right outlook and know your purpose and plant slant and some faith and all those type of things that encompass what we're looking at for that blue zone. We've come to the conclusion that whether we've been selected or not, this is something we feel strongly about. This is something that makes our community better, and we will move forward regardless. So, the groundswell is we already have 40 volunteers lined up to be positioned to start making blue zone changes in our community.
Right.
And that's exciting. And you'll start seeing some blue zone summits on a monthly basis. And again, it might be talking about knowing your purpose. What a great opportunity to hear a motivational speaker or talking about knowing your purpose and why we get out of bed every day. And it's more than just our job, or our career, and outlining some of those things. We'll have some nutrition opportunities to hear about. You might talk about somebody, hearing about faith, and all those type of things that go on. We'll have a different, out of the Power 9 pieces, and I know we've covered these a number of different times, that somebody will have the opportunity to partake in some of those, and some of them people be right on, and some of them might be a little newer to different people, but that's what makes us up.
Yeah, a little bit of the timeline, it goes back a little ways, that because Iowa had been kind of rated as a healthy lifestyle in the top 5 at one time, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely we have,
And then Governor Terry Branstad noticed that we'd dropped from that to what, 17th?
19th, right.
19th. I mean, there's an alarm bell right there.
It really is. And I think, we look at all these type of things, and Governor Branstad has done this for a couple things. Certainly economic development.
Sure.
If we can talk about Iowa being a healthy state, and he just said in the top 5, and we're consistently in the top 5 for 20 plus years, and have started slipping over the last few years. And we were 11th in 2009, and then slipped to 19th in 2010, and said, yeah, there is some. We're making some backslide changes, and those all affect, what we do, our employer base and our community base, and so on. So I think, certainly there were some of those things you looked at for an economic development, and really it makes sense why we want to have a healthier community, and that's going to, again, help with insurance costs and healthcare costs and all of those type of things in it. But I think the true aha moment, not even just for Governor Branstad, but for everybody, is our generation of youth is the first generation ever in history where the life expectancy is actually less than what the prior life expectancy had been.
Yeah.
So every generation we've seen an increase in life expectancy, and so those are some alarming statistics, and again, hopefully those are motivating to say we've got to make some changes to, if nothing else, to give that legacy to our children, to our grandchildren, to our children's grandchildren, and so on.
Yeah, I see it, and I have this conversation a lot with different people in our generation era of talking about when we were kids, go out and building a fort or, whatever in the snow, or going out and making stuff up and being active outside, and the younger generation, they do spend a lot more time, doing this, or in front of the TV and doing this, and instead of friends getting together, hey, let's go outside and let's be active, whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah. So, and I think this goes a long way. If mom and dad adapt this lifestyle, the kids learn from that too.
They really will. And again, I think the key is, we've looked at this reform forever, and I'm one of the guys who gets on a soapbox and will preach, and I'm happy to do that. But it's fairly ineffective. Jason Harrington from Lakes Regional will talk, healthcare reform. They get on the soapbox and they preach about what they have to do. And again, it's been a failing model. So now it's up to us to make some small environmental changes that will bring about some of these results. And by doing that, we're confident that we can make a healthier, happier person.
Yeah, you get one shot.
Yeah, you really do.
For this go around, keep yourself as healthy as long as you possibly can, and maybe maybe you're middle aged and you're on the cholesterol medicine or the high blood pressure medicine. Adopting that healthy lifestyle, a lot of times those things can go out the window.
They really are. What we're not asking people to do is do a 180 lifestyle change, and I think those are, when we look at those changes, those are overwhelming to people.
Yeah.
If you ask somebody to make one change, I think I can do that. 5 changes, maybe. 10 changes, shut down. I'm going to go continue what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so again, just a moderate change here, and here, and all of a sudden, gosh, I feel better. I'm moving more. I know my purpose. I've got a better family life, and so on.
Well, the application, as you said, has been submitted. Is there ways that people in the community can still get involved?
Here's the great piece of this is they are looking at a big part of this in the community is they're looking at how can we how will we involve our community and bring them integrated into this part of it. And they're looking for a minimum of 25% of our community to be signed up and be involved in this blue zone as we start that. So currently, we are at 26.5%, 27% of our community involved. So that's great, except that's on paper.
Yeah.
And what I guess I keep trying to encourage is that right now it's a non-monetary pledge. So when you pledge to be a blue zone, there's no money up front.
Right.
What we're talking about is you will commit to doing one of those things in our Power 9.
Yeah.
That I'll go to church 4 times in the next 90 days.
Right.
Okay. Can you get on board with that? Or can you do a smaller plate size? Or can you maybe get a bicycle or adopt a pet or whatever?
Yep.
Though, just small. Can you get on board with just one of those things, and then you make that pledge, and we're still able to keep pledging. So if you go to the www.bluezoneproject.com, or if you go to Facebook, which so many of us do.
Yeah.
And go to the Spirit Lake Blue Zone Facebook page, and all that information is right on there. And it's pretty simple to do. And again, it's about a 30-second pledge. They're not going to be emailing you, or they're not going to be soliciting anything.
Right.
They just want to see that our community is serious about this. And by serious, we're looking at least we can have a paper pledge in place as they come back and check our community from there.
Yeah, and what could be better than have our community be healthier than ever?
Exactly, and really we are, and we feel so good about what our community already offers. I mean, we've got so many things already in line with that. Now we just may intentionally talk about a few more of those things.
Yeah, so all wonderful, and so get on the website, pledge to yourself, get involved with the Blue Zone, and we'll all benefit from that. All right, let's get to things kind of going on at the Y. Like we said before, it's 2012. I know the new program guide came out here just before the end of the year.
It did.
So, and my daughter's already been tripped up once with a change of a time in a class. She took off and came back a few minutes later. I was 10 minutes late. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I held up the program guide sitting in our living room. Here. Anyway, let's talk about things going on.
Well, as we talk about so many things of the Y, and we talk a little bit about a unique switch. And the Y, Bedell YMCA has been around for we're going on our 7th year now. So it really is amazing to look back that this 7 years is still not a long time in the community, but we're starting to fulfill our purpose and strengthen the foundations of our community in a number of different things outside of just health and fitness, which is still a big part of what we do, or aquatics, or youth sports, or our child care. But we're even looking at some arts and humanities programs, and again, even adult arts and humanities. And we're excited about one of the classes we're offering here in January is Spanish 101 for adults. And like you're getting ready to go down to Mexico.
Yeah.
This is a 8-week Spanish course, and again, you're not reading, writing per se, but how can I communicate? How can I barter? How can I find out where the train's at, or the restroom's at, or what to order on a menu? So I'm ordering chicken, not fish, or whatever it might. It's giving you a lot of those techniques and tips, and we think it's really a cool opportunity that again, we can offer at the YMCA and give some people a little different outlook on education.
Yeah, we are a more diverse world. We're a smaller world due to not only just the diversity in our communities, but the internet. And I mean, our world has gone from being like this to kind of being like this, and this just opens up opportunities for people.
It is, and you can get on your phone, or you can get on and try to do a little translator, but boy, having a little bit of background on talking about this type of stuff, and here's a great thing, you can take this course, you're not graded.
Boy, I wish I had that years ago in school.
But again, I know that's been a real positive. That's a great idea. Hey, people are going to take this, and again, 45 minutes. It's non-graded. It's fun, but you can come away learning enough for a second language. And again, as we are integrated more in our world, that's more and more important.
Well, when we communicate better, we certainly things go a little smoother that way.
That's right. And speaking of communicating better, another thing that we're excited about doing is we have a public speaking course. So it's Public Speaking 101, again, an adult course, and we know that public speaking is, that is one of the top fears of any adult, having to get and speak in front of a group.
People will run a marathon before they'll get up and speak.
Literally, they would. Yeah. They'd rather walk on coals. Yeah. And so here's a great opportunity. It's a 4-week course, a couple hours on Monday nights, and you're going to learn about public speaking, about some quick topics, presentations, time management, writing skills, listening skills, all these things that kind of go in with that. And anything that can take a little bit of the edge off of getting up in front of, whether it's 1,000 people, 100 people, or you're having to lead a board meeting, or you're having to lead your sales team, or whatever it might be. Yeah. If you can pick up a few more skills and become a little more effective communicator, we'd all be better off.
Absolutely. Well, that's a great thing to offer.
So we're excited about that, and again, that's starting in January 16th. Kim Wormerson is the moderator on this, and
he's terribly afraid of public speaking.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got a very extensive background on public speaking and motivational speaking and those type of things.
Facilitating.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, the goal is you're probably not going to come out and be a motivational speaker when this is over, but doggone it, you're going to be able to not be shaking and trembling and referring to your notes the entire time like I do when I come on TV.
If you're tired of getting in front of a group and sweat is coming down and your shirt is soaked, this might be a great opportunity.
Yeah, you bet. Yep.
All right. Tell you what, we'll take a little break here. I know we just got a whole bunch of stuff there, and one that I'm excited about is right underneath that sheet of paper.